What's going on, y'all? Today we're going to be talking about how the illusion of options has kind of ruined dating in 2023. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because of this TikTok screenshot that I found on Twitter. Now, this woman in this TikTok proceeds to say, "On my way to a fancy date with a handsome, tall, smart guy, and yet I'm obsessing about that one F-boy who doesn't even think about me and who I randomly texted at 3 a.m. last night." Now, we've all been, cheated on. We've all dealt with infidelity and things of that nature in the past. And I'm not here to judge anybody, but I'm just here to discuss on how we can kind of navigate through this world that we have to deal with now. Since, social media has become kind of a prevalent part of our society, we got our dating apps, our Instagram, Twitters, things of that nature. So we're all kind of connected at the fingertips. And this is kind of giving everyone an illusion that they have more options than they really do. Now, I understand when, say you break up with somebody and then, somebody tells you, oh, there's plenty of fish in the sea. But society has kind of gotten to this point to where everybody thinks that, I can just do this person wrong and, I have this other person I can just go to. There's been studies done that say that 50% of women have a backup partner in mind if things don't work out with the man that they're currently with. And I just think it's kind of sad because obviously, in years past, like say in 1970, there wasn't, Tinder, there wasn't Bumble, there wasn't any of these dating apps. So of course, women, they're going to take the man that they're with more serious because we didn't have phones to call up our exes like that. I mean, we just didn't have the means of communication. And I think TikTok has kind of become this hub of toxicity because, you see, people of both genders posting all of their toxic, relationship experiences. And, people are scrolling throughout their day and they're seeing that. And that's kind of getting ingrained in their brain of what, is normal. Like, it's not normal for you to go and cheat on your partner. It's not normal for you to have, a body count that's 15 plus. It's not normal for you to have situationships and sneaky links and things like that. That shit is degenerate and it's not an ideal way to think, especially if you want to have a long-term relationship in the future. I know a lot of times guys try to kind of forward the blame on the women as far as why the climate of relationships is so toxic and stuff now with like hookup culture and things like that. But in reality, the women, they couldn't be toxic without the men. So as a collective, it's toxic because men are contributing to hookup culture by, I just F this dude's girlfriend, like, things like that. Like, it's not cool to do that. What happened to a code of, our code of honor? What happened to like shame in our society? There are individuals that will see somebody that they find attractive in public. They will then go up to that person and be like, "Hey, can I get your number? I really find you attractive and you're cute or whatever." And then once that person is like, I got a boyfriend, I got a girlfriend, I'm not single. The individual won't stop there. They're like, "Oh, your boyfriend doesn't need to know. Your girlfriend doesn't need to know." Like, bro, like what? Why would you do that? Anybody that does that is not a good person. Now, me personally, I would never do that because why not just respect that person's relationship, respect that person's, mental health? Like, why would you try to persuade somebody's partner into cheating? And honestly, if you do that, that's honestly a red flag for you to kind of like consistently try to pursue women that are taken. Because that shows that you have no sense of honor and morals and, shame. Because I would never do that to somebody because I know how I would feel if somebody, came up to my girl and was trying to get them to, cheat on me and shit like that. Because it's fucked up and it's evil, quite frankly. Like, a lot of people think this shit is a joke. Like, people have died over stuff like this. Like, I'm not saying like get violent, obviously. I'm just saying that like a lot of men and women alike deal with like mental health issues from trauma that they have experienced from their past relationships, situations that have happened to them. And I think cheating on somebody is probably the worst thing you can do to them, especially after they've told you what they've experienced in the past. So when you are in a relationship, you really need to be careful of how you deal with a person's feelings and how you deal with a person's heart, because that shit can scar them, and that shit can potentially, lead to really bad things. Like, I wish more people would understand, like, a person's mental health isn't your fucking plaything. A person's mental health and their anxiety and their heart, it's not to be toyed with. People, we have emotions, and we're humans. So treat your partner how you would want to be treated. You wouldn't want somebody coming in, cheating on you, shitting on you, being, oh, I'm a city boy, I'm a city girl, acting, being all promiscuous. You wouldn't want that. So why would you do that to somebody else? You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people don't really even genuinely understand what being in a committed relationship means. Like, saying you love someone and you want to be with them forever, like, eventually, that high that you guys were at whenever y'all first met and y'all was all over each other, that shit's gonna dwindle down like everything else. So, there's gonna be times whenever, y'all aren't doing as much. There's gonna be times whenever y'all aren't talking as much because, people have different responsibilities. But love isn't, just constant affection and sex and, validation and shit like that. Love is like being committed to somebody despite, we went through this, but I'm sticking with them. Despite, I'm low on money right now, but you're low on money right now, but I'm going to stick by you. That is what being, a loving person to your partner is, and being committed to them. Not giving them that gawk 3000. That's not true love. Because any woman could give a man that. But not every woman could give a man a committed relationship that's filled with true love despite what they have gone through in the past. Because a lot of people just like to give up early. And I say all that to say, have patience with your partner and kind of put yourself in their perspective in the relationship. Don't constantly try to make everything about you. Try to just be nice to your partner. Be as kind to them as possible. That's pretty much all I got to say for this video. If y'all enjoyed this, please give me a like and comment. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to cover every, facet of a relationship. So there's going to be some stuff that I miss or skim over. Hopefully we can get to it later. So, yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. It's your boy Pedro, and I'm leaving.